Welcome back everyone to the channel. So today's video we're going to be discussing what makes a Mercedes a true AMG and whether or not the 2020 CLA 45 is a true AMG. We're going to be trying to answer one of the most asked questions and kind of one of the most controversial topics in the AMG community is whether or not a car that doesn't have a V8 or rear wheel drive is a true AMG by AMG standards. So to go over some of the highlights of this car that I think makes this a true AMG is the exterior styling alone, especially with the Panamericana grille that the big boy AMGs have. It looks so aggressive and it looks so good in my opinion, and it makes this car a true AMG. But overall, the exterior styling screams AMG to me. Then you move to this beautiful rear end and you have this aggressive AMG diffuser on this car that looks amazing. This even looks better than my 2018 C63S's diffuser, which I think says a lot. Then you have this nice high-rise spoiler straight from factory. This whole exterior styling was done so well, and if this isn't a true AMG, then I don't know what really would be, especially with the styling and performance of this car. Then you move inside the car and you have the AMG specific steering wheel with the AMG dials, has AMG paddle shifters, the nice Alcantara interior with the red stitching, and overall the interior just screams AMG. So how can you argue that it's not a real AMG if when you sit inside it feels like an AMG? So as many of you probably already know already since you're on this channel, the CLA 45 AMG 2020 features a 2-liter 4-cylinder, pushes around 400 horsepower on the non-S version, and it has 4MATIC Plus. Now, to most people who love AMGs or diehard AMG fans, look at that and they're like, that's not a real AMG. This car, even though it has an AMG badge, it has a hand-built engine, it's not a true AMG. When they make those kind of comments, they always say, hey, if it doesn't have a V8, if it doesn't have rear-wheel drive, it's not a true AMG. And I get comments all the time saying this is not a true AMG. To respond to those comments is, I don't care. The most important thing, especially owning a car, is to just enjoy it for what it is. You bought it, enjoy it. Don't let other people tell you what your car is and what your car isn't. It really doesn't matter what other people think. And that's the most important thing to remember. Yeah, maybe this isn't a true AMG. All right, I mean, do you want me to go return it and go buy a real AMG? Like, it doesn't really make any sense for those people to say that kind of things, and those are the snobby AMG owners. I had a V8 C63S, it's a 2018. I had it for 65,000 miles, and not once did I ever say a C43 or a CLA 45 or any other AMG is not a true AMG, because that's not the right way to go about it, in my opinion. This car has a lot of power. It feels like an AMG, especially coming from a C63S. Even though it has all-wheel drive, it doesn't make it less of an AMG. The people at Afterbach, Germany, hand-built this engine themselves in the AMG factory. So that alone, in my opinion, makes this car a true AMG just based on that fact. But if you look at E63s, GT63Ss, they all have V8s, but they're also all-wheel drive. So are those cars not real AMGs because they don't have rear-wheel drive? These people will grasp at straws to make the argument that these cars are not real AMGs. And like I said, it really doesn't matter, because a true AMG, it doesn't really exist. It's just like a fictitious thing that people made up to make other people who own like C43s, CLA 45s, to feel bad about themselves because they don't have the bigger engine, they don't have the bigger V8, and it doesn't really make sense to me. I know I'll get a lot of comments probably on this video saying, hey, you're just poor and you're trying to defend and make yourself feel better by saying the CLA 45 is a true AMG, when it's not, because it has all-wheel drive, it has a 4-cylinder, it's not as loud as the big V8 AMGs. And yes, it's not as big as the V8 AMGs, it's not as powerful, but again, it doesn't make it less of an AMG. If you think it's a true AMG, great. If you don't think it's a true AMG, it really doesn't matter, because it's not going to change anything. In my opinion, a real AMG is a car that makes you feel happy getting in every day and driving it. Something that makes you smile when you drive it, which you've seen multiple times in my driving POV videos. How happy I am when I floor the gas in this car, because it's so much fun. And that, in my opinion, is what makes an AMG a true AMG, is whether or not it puts a smile on your face anytime you drive it, whether you look at it or when you get inside the car first thing in the morning to go to work. That's what makes a AMG a true AMG. Thank you again for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, as there's a lot more videos on the CLA 45 and hopefully more cars very soon. Let me know in the comments below if you guys agree with me that a true AMG is an AMG that makes you smile, that makes you happy, that it doesn't have to be a V8 and it doesn't have to be rear wheel drive. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys on Monday.